Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be trying out some new products and I'm going to be creating like a pink halo eye with like almost like a gold on like the middle. So I'm going to be trying out things like new concealers, new powders, new foundations. So yeah, I picked up some stuff from over Christmas and I just thought today would be the perfect opportunity to try them out. Some things are like my everyday products and you would have seen in my previous videos, but some things are different. But yeah, so let's get straight into the video. So I'm going to start off with my eyebrows, and to do that I'm using the e.l.f. Lock-On Liner and Brow Cream in the shade Medium Brown. And to apply it, I use the Zoeva 322 Brow Line Brush. And I just like the way, how thin this brush goes. And then I just like to, on both sides, just smooth out the product so the actual brush tip is still nice and smooth. Do a line underneath. Follow the natural line of your brows. My eyebrows need doing, so they naturally go thicker. And I don't particularly mind if they look too messy because afterwards we're going to clean up with concealer. And then to clean up my eyebrow, I'm going to be using the Bourjois Radiance Reveal Concealer, Corrects, Illuminates and 24-Hour Hydration. And this is in the shade Ivory, it's just these little tubes here. So I'm just going to apply some of that onto the back of my hand. I've never used this concealer before, so hopefully it's good. I'm just going to take like a flat-ended brush, load it up, looks nice and liquidy, and then carve them up. Gonna drag it down all over the lid. I always use concealer as a primer. For my eyeshadow, I never own an actual eyeshadow primer, so I do that. And then I'm just gonna take a more like buffer brush. This is the one from Spectrum. It's the C36, I believe. It's just very dirty. And then in circular motions I buff this. Feel like I've lost too much off the end, go back in and then just make the ends all dark again. I like to have a very full brow. As you can see the difference, this is like a lot harsh compared to this one. So then to sort that out, I'm just going to take a spoolie comb through just so it's a little bit softer, especially focusing the smoothness at the front so it's not so blocky. Just like that. And that is how I do my eyebrows. I'm just going to go do the other one off camera and I'll be right back. So that is both my brows done. They're coming up a lot darker on camera, which is really annoying because it's making them look so harsh against my hair colour. But they're not this, they look almost black, but they're not. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to move on to my eyeshadow. Now before I do that, I always like to set my eyeshadow in place with some powder. And I'm going to be trying a new powder today. This is the number 7 Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. I think Light Maddie the shade, I'm not sure. But it was the only loose powder I could find in Boots. So it looks almost the same colour as the Rimmel one that I use. I use the Rimmel Silky Loose Face Powder, but that is slowly but surely running out. So I thought I might as well just get a new one while I was there with a voucher. I'm going to take the little powder puff that comes with it and I'm just going to like fold it in half. And I'm just going to really pack that on the eyelid. So we're just pushing all of that in. And now they are nice and set. We're going to lay it to the side. And the palette that I'm going to be switching in between the two today are the Modern Renaissance palette and the Take Me Back to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics. The reason I'm going to be using this one is because they've got such a pretty ranges of like pinks. So all of like these colours, can try and use as many as we can. To start out with, I think I'm going to just blend an orange through the crease. So I'm just going to take the BH Cosmetics No. 2 brush, and I'm taking this orange corally shade all throughout my crease. And the reason I'm going to do this is so we've got some colour to work up towards. So I'm going to blend this in circular motions. Dip into this bottom pink shade here. They don't have names, but I'm just going to dip into the 4th row, first one on the left. I'm going to dip into that one, and we are going to blend that over top. I haven't used any of the pink shades yet, so I'm not quite sure what the pigment payoff's like, but everything's been good so far. Like I said, I'm going to do a halo eye. So it's going to be darker on the inner and the outer corner, and then a light shade on the centre. So this look really does focus on more pigment on the outer and inner corner rather than anything too worried in the middle. So sweeping it back and forth, but making sure all that pigment does lie right in those corners. Here is, we're going to move on to a deeper and a bit more of a rich pink. So I'm going to take this top shade here. I'm taking this on a Zoeva Luxe Crease 228 brush. Let's look at the pickup. And then the final shade that we're going to take, and I'm going to take this on a bit more of a denser brush. So I'm going to take this on the Zoeva No. 3 brush. I'm going to jump in with this purple shade at the top. This is just to add a bit more depth into the outer and inner corner. So this is just keeping it more on the outside rather than packing it all over. What I'm going to do is just a white. I'm going to clean up this end here and essentially round it off without making it too harsh. Pick up any fallout from underneath the eye. And then we are going to create our like halo. So as you can see, I've kept like this part of the lid nice and like clean. And I'm going to take the Bourjois Healthy Mix Anti-Fatigue Concealer, and this is in the shade 52 Medium, and this is just going to be not so harsh. We don't want anything too bright, so I'm just going to put this on the back of my hand. Not going to use too much because I don't want it to go to waste. And then my favourite thing to do like things like cut creases with are like really small detailer brushes. This is just a random one that I've had for God knows how long, and I like to use really small ones because then I feel like I get more precision. I'm just going to have to open up a mirror and get really nice and close. And what I'm going to do is so far I'm enjoying both these concealers. Like, they're both new, I've never used them before, and they're really good. And then I'm going to just take just a flat shade of brush now to decide what shade of pink. I'm gonna go in with the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to take the shade Vermeer. So it's like a champagne-y pinky colour, and I'm just going to use that. And this is essentially going to add our brightness to the halo eye, but it's also going to be a pop of shimmer. So just like that. So all the way over. And then taking the brush that had the pink, blend over the two so the lines aren't too harsh. And if you want to, you can go in with something where you use purple, something a bit more detailed, a bit more dense as well. As you can see, all that does is it just blends the two together so much nicer, so it's not so harsh. But then make sure you don't lose any of that pigment. And just like that, you've got a pink halo eye. Just gonna repeat the same off camera using the same shades, and I'll be back. So I've just finished off both my eyes. I applied some mascara. I do have like about 4 eyelash extensions left. So I just applied them over the top, and the mascara I used was the Too Faced Better Than Sex. So the next thing we're going to move on to is the face. Now I'm going to first like moisturize. I like to use like serums for moisturizers. I don't like oils and stuff. I don't like to use like proper moisturizer. So I'm going to be using the Pearlescent Radiant Perfecting Serum. This is got vitamin C and hyaluronic acid in it. And I find that this has really helped with like the redness in my skin. And I think it's because of the acid. I know that hyaluronic acid is meant to like help minimize redness, and I really do think it has. And it does make my skin feel nice and tight, but then moisturize at the same time. I know it can act as a primer as well, because it does get a bit sticky. So I use this for that purpose. And then for the nighttime and stuff, after I've washed my face and stuff, I use the there's a white bottle. It's like a 24 carat one, illuminating and hydrating one. So I use that once I've washed my face and stuff to add moisture back. So just apply that all over. Makes your skin feel so refreshed. I love it. So now what we're going to do is move on to blowing out my pores. I have big pores. If you know me, you know that I try and help it all the time, try and minimize them as best as I can. Ignore my burn, by the way. Like my job makes me, not makes me, but causes me to get a lot of burns. So to fill in my pores, I use a Revolution Pro Blur Stick, and I will not go to anything else in my whole life. If I can, if this ever gets discontinued, I promise you now I will buy all of them off the rack. I do apply it all over my face, smooth out all my face, and I love the fact that it doesn't leave like a silicone feeling. It doesn't make your face feel slimy or anything. It really just makes it feel smooth and makes everything feel filled in, and I love it so much. And at first I thought it was £10, and I was like, I don't care, I'm buying it. But then when I got to the counter, it said 5, and I was like, even better. So next thing is foundation. I'm going to be trying the Sleek Makeup Life Proof Foundation. I don't know what shade this is in. LP01. But it says it's sweat proof, oil free, medium to full buildable coverage. I like that it's oil free. Oil makes your pores bigger. When it's essentially matte, it doesn't. I'm not sure if this is going to be my shade, so I do have a backup if it's not. Yikes, that is light. Oh Jesus. Oh, it's really light. Okay, we're going to mix it, I guess, then. That squirted out of nowhere. So yeah, this is a little bit too powerful for me. So I'm going to mix it in with the Max Factor Face Penny All Day Flawless, as you can see. That is not my colour. This was my foundation from when I got back from holiday. And it's one of those ones that I love it so much that I could just buy it in another colour. Or I could do things like this, accidentally buy a foundation way too light and just mix it. So then I just get the end of a brush, mix it together on my face. Ooh. And I'm just going to take the Eco Tools blender sponge and blend that all in. Okay, blending together, I've got a nice shade. Just whether or not this combo is going to work together. So now we're going to move on to under eye concealer, and I'm going to use the Bourjois Radiance one. Apply this under my eye. I feel like this is going to be the most full coverage concealer I'm going to end up owning, and that's not a problem. So now I'm going to cream contour, and I'm going to use the New Look cream contour kit. As you can see, it's very well loved. I'm going to use this darker shade, and I'm going to use that on a Real Techniques contour brush. I just swirl it in and literally just go straight on my face. Make sure it's not too harsh. Now we're going to set, and I'm going to bake and set my face with the same powder as before, so the number 7 one. Just going to pat quite a bit into the lid. The smaller side of the beauty blender, the sponge even, and I'm really gonna pack this on, just because at the moment I feel way too shiny. In the right places, but other than that, make me matte. I don't want to let it sit on my forehead or my chin for too long, so I just blend those in. I'm just using like a dense kabuki brush, so just brush all of that away. Haven't left a white cast, and then the same underneath. Or we clean up the bronzer. And as you saw, I did drag it down all the way here, because I find that is where my foundation and stuff wears off quite a bit. So I put it on places to try and like bake it into place. We're going to move on to the lower lash line now, and basically what we're going to do is we're just going to repeat what we've got on the top and the bottom, but just with less shades. So we're just going to go straight in with the pink on a fluffy brush, and I'm going to pinch it so it's a bit more flat. I want that on the out, on the inner. everything that we have on top, we've got on the bottom as well. I'm just gonna add some mascara to our lower lashes. Even though, oh my god, everything looks so harsh. I'm just gonna sweep away the bake now. It makes me look really smooth. I quite like that, I think. A+ from Maddie. I'm very specific with my powder. And now we're gonna go back over our bronzer. I'm going to use the MAC Give Me Sun, and I'm going to use that on a Zoeva Luxe Face Definer 101 brush. To highlight, I'm going to use the Kiko Milano 28 eyeshadow. Gotta be careful because it's a bit broken, but it's just this one. This one. And to apply my highlighter, I am going to use the Zoeva Luxe Highlighter 105 brush. I'm going to apply it on the tip of my nose. And because this is such a bright look, I'm going to go quite ham with how much highlighter we put on. And the reason why I put the primer all over my face is because when you put a highlighter on, it will smooth it out. So as you can see, it makes it look a lot softer. I've got a scar here, so obviously it accentuates my scar, but with that same highlighter, I'm just going to take this Studio double-ended brush, and on the more like compacted side, we're going to put this in the inner corner, just to brighten it up. I love an inner corner highlight. I think it's so flattering. I'll put that on. And then on the brow bone. Just like so. So that way it kind of like connects. And then just gonna go back up. Oh god, I'm so clumsy. Just gonna go back in with my bronzer. And now we're going to move on to lips. To line them, I'm just going to use this Primark lip liner. It came in a kit, I think it was called Peanut Butter. I really like this liner, it's a perfect nude for me. I'm going to fill my lips in. And then to go over it, I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Very Victoria lipstick. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial, and make sure you like, comment and subscribe on the video, and keep updated next week for next week's tutorial, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!